July 2022.
You will confirm that that is way before mid-September?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I will also refer you to our volume 2, and just before I go there, for all those other transactions that are on that volume, between pages 17 to 29, all of them, or a majority of them, are dated way before the mid-September date.
Exactly.
Thank you. And I will refer you now to page 233 of our volume 2.
I'm there.
Are you at 233 of volume 2?
Yes, I am.
What is the date of that document?
The letter is dated Friday, September 1st, 2023.
Is that mid-September, or beginning of September, or end of September?
It is not mid-September, but
you.
it is September.
Thank you. When you say mid-September, ordinarily, you mean from around the 15th of the month, going onward, right?
Exactly.
I will also refer you to the document on page 232.
232
of our volume 2.
I'm there.
What is the date?
Dated Wednesday, August 30, 2023.
You will confirm that that is way before the mid-September you allege is when this entire thing.
Way before, but thereabout.
Thank you. I will refer you to page 226 of our volume 2.
I'm there.
First of all, what is the date of that document?
Dated 25th August 2023.
In the body of the document, the second line,
it reads, I hereby write to inquire if there have been any Meru County cabinet meetings after the last one I attended on 29th May 2023.
And you will confirm that 29th May 2023 is way before the mid-September.
Exactly.
Thank you. Not to belabor the point, the order on page 416 of our volume 2. Volume 2.
I'm there.
What is the date of that order, sir? The date can be found on page 417. That is the next page.
Yes, dated 7th October 2022.
You will confirm that is a whole year.
It is.
Before the date that you're alleging is when this thing was started.
Yes.
Thank you. And the ruling on page 417 to 439.
Yes.
Rather, before we go there, let us go to page 155 of volume 2. Page 155, volume
155, 2. I'm there.
Can you see the date that appears on that WhatsApp extract at the top?
The date, May 27, 2023.
So, Mheshimiwa Josephat,
yes,
you will agree with me that this narrative, that this is a recent problem that has come up, is completely false.
From the perspective of a member of County Assembly, it was brought to us in September thereabout.
Mr. Josephat,
Yes.
we have looked at several documents dated way before. Some of them a whole year before. You will agree with me that this narrative, that this is something recent that came up from mid-September, is completely false.
What I mean that a matter that came as an impeachment piece in September 2023 could have been brewing way before, but members of the County Assembly had either to hand a good working relationship.
No matter. Let us go to your allegation that this motion is sponsored, or to use your words, is an incitement from the members of parliament.
Yes.
When you look at the ruling on page 417 and 439, between 417 to 439, the ruling that is dated 29 September 2023.
Yes, I'm there.
You will agree with me that that is not a document originating from any member of the National Assembly. You will agree with me that that is a ruling of a court of law in Kenya.
Exactly.
Thank you.
But.
Thank you.
But.
Mr. Josephat, you are not a member of the UDA party, are you?
Mr. Speaker, I'll plead with the council.
Just answer the question. Are you a member of UDA or not?
I'm not.
Thank you. So your allegations on paragraph 4 of your affidavit, that a meeting was called and deliberations were made, that is something you are not privy to because you're not a member.
After the meeting, all the members addressed the media.
Were you called to that meeting of the members of UDA?
Not called, but they read out their deliberations in public.
You are not at the meeting?
Exactly.
You will also confirm that you are not a member of the BAS party?
I'm not.
And you do not ordinarily attend the meetings of the members of BAS party?
Yes. But again, they read out their deliberations in public.
On paragraph 11 of your affidavit, you allege that you know the reasons why a party or parties that you are not a member to chose to discipline their members. That is what you have alleged on paragraph 11.
Exactly.
You will agree with me that since you've confirmed you are not a member of UDA, you're not a member of BAS, you do not know the deliberations that happened or the reasons why these parties chose to discipline their members.
I have an affidavit from one of the members confirming it was the reason.
I'm asking you, were you there? Were you part of the deliberations?
I wasn't there.
Thank you. Mheshimiwa Josephat.
Yes.
There's your fellow members of the assembly, and I will name two of them. Kaume Faith Kananu.
Yes.
There's another member called Kiambi Ngaruni.
Yes.
And those members are not supporting this impeachment motion or did not support it.
Yes.
And you will agree with me that they were not de-whipped from their committees.
Yes.
Thank you. So, Mr. Mheshimiwa Josephat, it must follow, therefore, that the de-whipping you talk about on paragraph 11 had nothing to do with supporting or not supporting the motion.
I'll leave that to the discretion of the senators.
Mr. Josephat.
Yes.
Mheshimiwa, you will agree with me that members of parliament have no supervisory role over MCAs.
Agreed.
You will agree with me that a member of parliament cannot force an MCA to vote one way or another way on a matter before the assembly.
But can influence.
Mr. Josephat, ultimately, every MCA is free to make their own choice in the assembly, right?
Right?
Thank you. Have you identified the specific members of parliament that you say influenced or forced you or your fellow members?
Yes, I have.
Certain way?
Yes.
Where, which paragraph of your affidavit?
Not in the affidavit,
Thank you.
but one of them was here yesterday
Thank
as
you.
a witness.
Which paragraph of your affidavit have you identified those members?
None.
Thank you. On paragraph 8 of your affidavit, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You say you received calls from other leaders within Meru to support the impeachment motion in order to restore dignity and respect of Meru as a county, right?
Exactly.
Have you adduced any evidence to show that you indeed received these calls?
Not contained in this document, but factual.
Have you disclosed the maker of the said calls in your affidavit?
Not in the affidavit.
Have you attached any call log or any screenshot to show that you indeed received these calls?
Not attached.
Thank you. You have talked about incentive of 15 million being increased to 30 million.
Yes.
Have you provided any evidence that any member was offered, let alone accepted, this incentive?
I have not provided.
Thank you. Let us go to your allegation on a WhatsApp group being created.
Yes.
What is the very last sentence on paragraph 9 of your affidavit?
I'm there.
Can you read the very last sentence of paragraph 9?
A WhatsApp group to organize and discuss the impeachment was formed in which we were left out.
You are left out.
Yes.
You are not members of that WhatsApp group.
Exactly.
So, how can you come to this house and say that it was established to discuss impeachment if you are not privy to whatever discussions were happening there?
We have friends who are members of the group, members of the county assembly, who can tell you what is going on as friends.
And have those friends produced any screenshots or
No.
any evidence?
No.
Thank you. On paragraph 10 of your affidavit,
I'm there.
you talk about several meetings. Have you provided the dates, venues, or minutes of those meetings?
Not provided.
Thank you. Let us go to paragraph 12 of your affidavit.
I'm there.
You will confirm that you were not present
I have
at the
confirmed.
assembly
Yes.
when this impeachment motion was being discussed.
Yes.
You also proceed to allege that you sent someone to test waters or something.
Yes.
Have you called that person here to testify to that effect?
He has not been called.
Thank you. Wouldn't that person have been the person to be called to confirm these allegations?
We have the OB through which he reported the matter.
Has it been produced in your affidavit, sir?
No.
Thank you. In that, I find this paragraph 12 of your affidavit very interesting.
Yes.
How many members of the assembly are there, Meru County Assembly?
69.
69.
Yes.
How many members were present during the discussion of the motion?
59.
And in paragraph 12, the very last sentence of paragraph 12, can you read it for the Senate?
We ended up staying away after 10 members, away the 10 members, after the others and they carved into intimidation and crossed over.
So it is your testimony that 10 members stayed away? That is correct?
Yes.
And 59 members were in the house?
Yes.
So this allegation that there was someone who was sent and got beaten and whatnot and other stories is just a fabrication.
It's not a story.
Mr. Muna, mathematics tells me that 59 plus 10 makes 69.
Exactly.
If 10 stayed away and 59 were in the house, where is the extra 70th member coming from that is being sent to test the waters?
Extra what?
The 70th member that is being sent to test the waters.
Mathematics also informs me that one was out of the 10. He was beaten, he didn't get in. That makes them 10. 59 plus 10 is 69.
Bwana Josephat, confirm that the functions of a member of the County Assembly are legislation and oversight.
They are.
Confirm that impeachment is one of the oversight measures that the House can take.
It is.
Confirm that there is no member of the National Assembly who has a vote at the County Assembly.
Confirmed.
Okay. My second last question to you, Bwana Muna. I want you to look at our volume 4. Page 3 of our volume 4. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Are you there?
I am.
Confirm that your name appears on that page.
It does.
What number is your name?
59.
And your signature?
It is.
And your ID number?
Exactly.
Bwana Muna, in accordance to your standing orders,
Yes.
and specifically just give me a moment, when I speak, I'm sorry. You are conversant with your standing orders,
Yes, I am.
and specifically standing order number 65. It is on page 264 and 265 of our volume 4.
I'm there.
That is where standing order number 65 starts.
Yes.
I want us to go to page 265.
I'm there.
And I want you to read for me Standing Order number 65-4.
65-4. And I read, when the order for the motion is read, the Speaker shall refuse to allow the member to move the motion unless the Speaker is satisfied that the member is supported by at least a third of all the members of the Assembly to move the motion, provided that within the 7 days' notice, the clerk shall cause to be prepared and deposited in his office a list of all members of the Assembly with an open space against each name for purposes of spreading signatures, which list shall be entitled signatures in support of a motion for the removal of Meru County Governor by impeachment.
And you confirm that it is pursuant to Order 65-4, or rather 65-4 was adhered to, and that is why you signed, where you have said you signed.
Yes.
From the reading of Order 65-4, it is not possible for a member to be coerced or forced to sign.
It is possible.
Were you coerced?
Yes, I was.
Have you produced any evidence that you were?
In the affidavit, it is mentioned.
Which paragraph?
Number 6. And also number 8.
You say that you received calls instructing you or urging you or whatever.
Receiving calls is a way of...
Where does it say in this affidavit that you are forced to sign?
Do you know the content of the calls?
Where does it say that you are forced?
In the calls.
Sorry?
In the calls.
Can you read 65-5? Order 65-5?
(65-5), and I read, any signature appended to the list as provided under paragraph 4 shall not be withdrawn.
Are you aware, sir, that you cannot run away from a document that you have signed in law?
Yes.
Are you aware, sir, that a signature appended under Order 65 cannot be withdrawn, just like you've read?
Yes.
I put it to you, Bwana Muna, that you signed in support of the impeachment motion a signature which is irrevocable, no less. And then when you were taken to Masai Mara with the other 9 members, is when you decided to change your mind.
The Masai Mara story, I've heard it from you.
Mr. Speaker, I will yield some of my time to my colleague Mawira. I'm done with my cross-examination.
Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Senators, my name is Mawira. I have not more than 3 questions for the witness. Mr. Muna?
Yes.
From the video that was played,
Yes.
you said that the captions that are written in that video are part of the video.
Yes.
Are the speakers in that video speaking in English or the Meru language?
Meru language.
How then can the English captions be part of the video?
Any language can be translated.
So it is a translation.
It is.
It is not part of the video.
Now, a translation is not part.
Previously, you said it is part of the video. Now you're saying it is a translation. So
Let me make it clear.
Which is it a translation or it is part of the video?
Let me make it clear. For the Senate to understand the language, it had to be translated. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Do the cameras capture captions? If you take a recording, for example, of the proceedings hearing, will the cameras include the subtitles?
I'm not a professional photographer. I don't know.
Okay. You voluntarily went to the clerk's office to sign the verification form?
Not voluntarily.
Not voluntarily?
Yes.
But you went to the clerk's office?
Yes.
Who coerced you to go to the clerk's office to
I
sign?
have answered that from the previous questions.
Were you pushed to the clerk's office?
What do you understand by
Were you
coercion?
carried there or did you walk to the clerk's office to sign?
I walked.
You walked?
Yes.
Voluntarily or you were pushed?
Involuntarily.
Who coerced you then?
I've seen there were calls.
You were coerced by a phone call to go and sign?
You can.
And you say that you represent the people of, is it Ntima Western East?
Nyakist.
So your people should believe you to say that you were coerced through a phone call and that independently you cannot make a decision on your own on whether to sign or not to sign.
Bwana Council, we have seen politicians dying in the course of duty. Do they die voluntarily out of politics? No.
You will confirm that nonetheless you signed.
Nonetheless, I signed involuntarily.
And your signature cannot be withdrawn.
It can't.
Okay. You talked of inducements
Yes.
to members, and you mentioned that Mr. Kimathi was sent to you. Is that anywhere in your affidavit?
It is not.
It is not in your affidavit. Is this Masai Mara trip that you went to part of the inducement that was offered to you?
I have earned it from you.
Very well. That is all in cross-examination, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. The Council for the Governor, do you have any re-examination to do?
Yes, I do, Mr. Speaker, sir. Very few questions for this witness in re-exam. I want you to confirm that you understand the Kimeru language being your mother tongue.
I do very well.
Very well. So, despite the subtitles and the translations,
Yes,
even without them, you are able to tell the Senate what was said.
exactly.
What you confirmed to have been said is the exact words that were uttered by the people we saw in the video?
I'm saying what is being uttered there is completely what is in the translation.
Thank you. You have been told that you've been given an infamous message that appears at page 17.
Yes.
Do you still have that?
It
Document
was in
here?
volume.
I believe it's volume 2. You have been told that
Yes.
transaction confirms that the governor conducted some violations before
Yes.
August.
Yes.
Kindly, I want you to look at the specific item that you referred to appearing at page 17.
Yes, I'm there.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Read for us the date.
It is dated 1st July 2022.
1st July 2022.
Yes.
Was Governor Kawira the governor by 1st of July 2022?
No.
Is that an issue that can be attributed to her?
No.
Thank you. In any case, Mheshimiwa, what you're testifying is as to the good working relationship with the governor.
It is.
Was that your testimony?
Yes.
And how long did that good working relationship last, to the best of your assessment?
It must have lasted somewhere between February this year up to September this year. That is a period of 7 months.
Thank you. You are also not a member of BAS or UDA.
I'm not.
But how did you come across information that members of these two parties had been de-whipped?
It was communicated in the county assembly through the normal sittings.
Were you present when that communication was done?
I wasn't, but Frida Naito, Honorable, told us that it has been communicated.
Are the records of the House accessible to you?
They are.
Once a communication is done in the House, is it information that you can access?
But when this honorable member, nominated UDA member, was de-whipped, they refused to give her the official document to show that she has been de-whipped, but she was removed from committees and replaced as the vice chair of the water committee.
Was that communication done to the County Assembly of Meru?
it was done, but no official document was given to her for fear that it will be used as an evidence in the Senate.
It was also your testimony that you got instructions and coercion on phone.
Yes.
Compelling you to tender your signature in
Yes.
support of the impeachment motion.
Exactly.
Did you eventually exercise your free will by withdrawing from the support, by not voting or absconding from voting for the motion?
I would have voted in support, not supporting the impeachment
Yes.
That day, but me and some other 9 members could not access the County Assembly of Meru simply because the atmosphere was changed and goods were hired to harass us.
You have been told about a Masai Mara trip.
Yes.
Are you aware of any Masai Mara trip?
I've heard it from the council here.
Did you go to Masai Mara?
I didn't.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, sir, that is all for this witness. Unless honorable members have a question, I would be glad to call my next witness with your guidance.
Now, honorable senators, we have about 5 minutes to seek clarifications or questions from this witness. Honorable Karungo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Kinyua, I know at the County Assembly of Meru, there are 3 modes of voting. That is yes, no, or abstinence, just like the Senate and the National Parliament. Now, you said you abstained, yet you have told us that you are not able to access Parliament because one of you was attacked. Does that mean you are able to access Meru County Assembly later before the voting done, or can you clarify on that?
Now, my initial plan and that of other 9 members making it 10 was to be in the assembly to oppose the impeachment motion. Once we couldn't get into the assembly, that means we were absent. Maybe I've mixed up the term of being absent and abstinence.
Senator Enoch Wambua.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will seek 3 very quick clarifications. First is just to clarify which political party he was elected on. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, according to the report of the resolution of the County Assembly of Meru on the impeachment, 59 MCAs voted to impeach the governor. 10 did not vote. We wouldn't know how they would have voted if they voted. So all members present and voting voted against the governor. Is it your testimony in this House that all the 59 members of the County Assembly of Meru who voted to impeach the governor were coerced or induced to take the vote that they did? The second last is you make very serious allegations in your affidavit on paragraph 7 that the DG tried to induce you. What is the evidence? And you make reference to several other members. Who are these members? Because people have names. You are called by the DG with several others. Who are these people that you are called with? And where's the evidence that he tried to induce you? Because these are serious matters you're dealing with. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, honorable senators, I am a member of Party of National Unity, PNU. Now, when we say that 10 were not, could not access the presence of the assembly, I mean, were they to be there, I believe they would have voted otherwise. The 59 of them who were present in the assembly that day and voted yes, I cannot say that all of them were coerced. I am drawing my conclusion from the talk that we had before the voting day. And I know the talk that majority of them had. Given a free will, they would not have impeached the governor. Finally, in your questions, when I say the deputy governor made calls, you're telling me to name specific people or members of county assembly to whom he called. But I can assert that he called all of them in an effort to get a support from them with a promise to increase ward fund from 15 million to 30 million.
Senator Samson Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So mine is to our good friend Mheshimiwa. Just two quick clarification. You have told this House that you were not able to access the county assembly. Did you report to any police station, or do you have evidence to that effect, including the phone calls? If you can table. Finally, I can see your signature is number 59. And in Standing Order 65-5, the Meru County Assembly Standing Orders is specific on what you are signing. So, and you have alluded that a number of people were given inducement to, through you, Mr. Speaker, to support this impeachment motion. Is there a possibility that you have also been given inducement to testify against County Assembly? I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable senators. First, I have seen that I have OB belonging to one Honorable John Mogunathranera, MCA from Mbeu, who was assaulted on his way to the County Assembly of Meru. And if allowed, I can give it to this Senate, though it does not form part of my affidavit. Number two, when I talk about inducements to sign, Mr. Speaker, I know exactly what I mean. And everybody who signs was induced to do so, either through promises that one fund will be increased or through some other promises, sweet promises, in order for the members to sign.
Senator Sifuna. And honorable senators, we only had 5 minutes for clarification. I think the Senator Sifuna will probably be the last question we take.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to Counsel for the Assembly, my good classmate. Mr. Speaker, I have had to look up the meaning of coercion. The Merriam-Webster dictionary just speaks of the use of express or implied threats of violence or reprisal or other intimidating behavior that puts a person in immediate fear of the consequences in order to compel that person to act against his or her will. The question to the Counsel of the Assembly, is it the case of the Assembly that coercion only means physical coercion, that somebody has to hold your hand to sign? Is that the case that is being presented by the Assembly?
Mr. Speaker, under the law, coercion is not limited to physical intimidation and physical threats. It is as broad as the Honorable Senator suggests. Our case as the Assembly is that there is no shred of evidence of coercion. And anyone who makes such a claim must tell you, the least they can do is to tell you who coerced them, what was the specific threat, and how and why that threat induced them, as a matter of fact, from behaving in a manner that is inconsistent with how they would have behaved. And as we speak on the record, we don't know who, we don't know when, there is no evidence, it's just an allegation, and alleging is the easier thing to do. I can allege anything, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cheptumo, you seem to have a burning issue, and please be very quick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my clarification to the witness is on paragraph 3 of his affidavit. And it speaks about that it emerged from the leadership of the House that members of Parliament from Meru County and a few leaders had picked a war with the governor. And when you go to paragraph 8 again, it says we also received calls from other leaders within Meru. Is it your evidence, Mr. Nickolas, that the whole impeachment process is really initiated by forces outside the county assembly? Is that your position as per paragraph 3 and paragraph 8 of your affidavit? You need to clarify that for the House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Senators. Exactly that has been my assertion. And if you look at yesterday's submission, we had a member of parliament who was standing as a witness. There can be no other proof that members of parliament were involved if we don't consider that one of them was here as a witness. Number two, there was a video of Honorable Mporo Abori, the MP for Tigania East, in meetings all over the county, inciting residents against the governor. Why is it that we can accept that they were in public meetings and not calling the members of county assembly or inducing them or influencing them?
Thank you. Governor's Council, do you have another witness?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I indeed do have another witness. His name is Aruyaro Adrian.
Sergeant at Arms, can you please show the witness in?
As the witness is being ushered in, Honorable Speaker, he has sworn an affidavit that appears in our small booklet. His affidavit appears at page 96.